Hi, welcome in. So I switched the focus a bit for the stream since I was going for buffer overflow boxes, but I hopped into this new path. Had to play some Cyber Monopoly, right? so yeah, I just put a video on LinkedIn. Let's see. Really, not really for tickets, right? You can think an extra strap there. Yeah, so lots of the rooms are ones that I already finished. But there's also new ones. So I think this one, of course, is the information there to start. And then there was a quick search skill. So just going through search engines was very quick room. The Linux fundamentals, Windows AD, are the same as always. These were new, but it's not like there's a lot of new stuff, but we're still going through it. And I'm thinking some of these will be more fun than others. And I'm thinking, of course, let's make notes on things that pop up. But yeah, only the new things. So what am I looking forward to the most here? So I think these are new rooms. We'll notice here's a new one. We have, yeah. So I'm kind of thinking I've done this already, but I also noticed that there's a new look on TryHackMe. I don't know if you noticed, but it's a few days ago they changed it. So I'm thinking some of the rooms are reset. I know that when they updated Burp's rooms, I had to redo them to like have the paths finished still. So I'm sure some of them are just updated enough that they make them like new. But a lot of, especially I'm thinking the defensive stuff, I'm not that used to. But offensive security tooling. So Hydra, I'm sure I've done this room. GoBuster, of course. Shells overview. Yeah, let's see what this is. But SQL map. I like this room because I have used SQL map, but I haven't done any room or any training on it. So it's always nice to know those tiny things you don't think about and have all the facts behind it. That's always nice. Yeah. So let's just start with whatever is resume learning, right? But I have a few more tabs to close here. So my poor computer won't crash. I think I also have... let's close this down. DaVinci kind of takes a lot of memory, right? I was thinking, should I make a shorter one for Twitch? Because it said, you can't upload this, it has to be 120 seconds. I'm like, okay, I'll do this later. That's why I opened it again. So this is the same thing. So yesterday I answered 338 questions. That must be a record. And that's from redoing rooms to get the tickets. Let's see. Yeah, so this is where I'm at. So far, I don't care about streak freezes because I'm not doing a streak. And this one is just to be called Security Crusader. Yeah, I don't care. But this was a $10 voucher, has some worth. So I guess DEFCON 33 would be like wonderful, right? Laptop, I don't really think so. We will get there. But we can always, it's not like we're losing anything from doing this. What I'm thinking is we're having fun, we're learning things that we would do anyway, right? So why not do this new room while we have the chance to actually win something? We can do it. We can win stuff. So I'll keep that tab up. And this is, I just checked the prices since I have learned $10 off. So I don't use this kind of t-shirt. I think it's like this, male style t-shirts. I wish they had like more female tops kind of thing. This is also just a male t-shirt. It says unisex. Yeah, of course, we girls can have all of these. We just look like squares. So I was like, a water bottle. That's a lot for a water bottle, even if you have $10 off. I don't care about stickers. Never, definitely not getting stickers. So maybe it's not worth anything, like, because I'm not getting a hoodie with, you know. Yeah, so this is what my hoodie with my logo is. It's just on my chair for now. I'm not using any hoodies really. Right. So that I really haven't won anything yet. In other words, let's see. Right. So this is where I'm at in the here in the Powershell one. So I opened it again. We don't have to open it twice. Right, so when I posted this, so now you don't have to think where am I starting. Yeah, there it is, the post. So I just sent this. Does it say how long ago? I don't know. It just said it finished. So I noticed there's 2 colleagues of mine. They have this like yesterday or tomorrow. I mean, they have like an online thingy. So they also have a podcast. So there are 2 old colleagues of mine. That's kind of. So I said like, fun. I'm coming. So. And then I noticed also that, yeah, this event here seems nice. TryHack has a free event 2 days from now, so I should really go into LinkedIn more often. Oh, I didn't know. Did Angelina speak on DEFCON? Now I had to click this. I'm sorry, we're derailing a bit. Yeah, she did. I didn't know. Cool. Yeah, she's smart. Cool, doing cool stuff. Yeah. So let's hop off LinkedIn. I'm gonna put it over here there. So let's put Angelina's talk to. It was short, right? Just 20 minutes. There. We'll have to see that, of course. I have to see all of them. There's a lot of them. So you can't just do it at once. I should watch those instead of like climbing videos. So today we're not doing anything like intensely brain intensive or anything. We're just going through these rooms. Yeah, I guess some of the things I should learn Powershell better. So the biggest thing here is to think of that we're actually not just sending text with a pipe, we're sending objects. And that's kind of a big thing, right? Because you don't have just a tiny text string that you have to like try and grep into and or get data parts off. You actually have objects with correct names and you can select stuff. You can sort on stuff easily. So there are pluses with Powershell actually. It's just horribly long syntax and hard to remember. It's not like logical, I don't think so. So I actually put these in my notes. These 2 commands as examples for get child item here. So they're in my notes now. And I also added some other stuff here. Added more things on get help, get command things. Then where object here. Maybe we should have a note for it. So it's actually like a F, which you can kind of hear, but still. So let's make a new note called get child item. So as always, the priority. Oh, there's also already a note with the same name. Of course there is. So let's just delete this one again. Yeah. I wasn't going to add that. Why did I type that? So I was going to where object.
says.
Ooh, PowerShell.
Yeah, we're doing PowerShell today because we're doing the path here, the new path. Cybersecurity 101. Since this path, you can kind of win prizes. So we want to finish it as soon as possible, I guess. But I'm not doing it for... I know a lot of people, they just run through it, you know. I want to get all the notes, all the things. Knowledge is more important than getting a prize, you know. For me. I need to have all the notes and all the things, and don't want to miss anything. I could just go to the questions, answer questions, but then I would lose the chance of learning. I might miss something.
I actually kinda like PowerShell, but I figure I need to get better at Bash first.
Yeah, so actually yesterday I think I added Bash scripting to my list here. And I actually got these ones here from doing this 101. These were rooms suggested to continue on the same thing, on the same theme. So I haven't done this. So we'll have to do this too. Actual scripting with Bash, not just typing at the prompt, you know. So ifs and stuff. Erase. Yeah, this will be fun, but I'm going to do first the 101s here. Yeah, so of course I'm hoping, well, who doesn't want a third one of this? A third one of all of these, really, though I don't really care about the t-shirt and cap. Why not have 1 month free or 12 months free? That would be nice. So... But this is really what you want. Oh, you can't see. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I was just showing this. That t-shirt and baseball cap there, that's not really worth anything, right? But $50 Amazon. Yeah, thank you. And premium voucher, 1 or 12 months. Why not? But laptop, I think is like inachievable. But maybe this one? Which is like on the top price. But I have one of them. That's why I'm thinking it's more possible. I just need 2 more. Just 2 more. So here's the cybersecurity path. So we're currently here. And all of the network ones are new to me, which is nice. But I'm thinking they have updated rooms and removed the that you've already finished them, because when I looked at the learn, I think I saw that this is a totally new look. And I also noticed that I am not full here on pre-security, which I did have. So if I click pre-security now, what have I not done? I can't see, but something has been changed enough or added into here that it's not complete anymore. So I have to click on this now, just because I'm curious. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. And we hop to junior secure. Very annoying. So what have I not done? So I missed 1 question in the OSI model. Is that what's new? 1 question here. One task. There's a new task here. Well, let's finish that. So I'm thinking, let's TTS this bit.
Once data has been correctly translated or formatted from the presentation layer, layer 6, the session layer, layer 5, will begin to create and maintain the connection to other computer for which the data is destined. When a connection is established, a session is created. Whilst this connection is active, so is the session. The session layer is also responsible for closing the connection if it hasn't been used in a while or if it is lost. Additionally, a session can contain checkpoints, where if the data is lost, only the newest pieces of data are required to be sent, saving bandwidth. What is worthy of noting is that sessions are unique, meaning that data cannot travel over different sessions, but in fact, only across each session instead.
What is the technical term for when a connection is successfully established? And this is not active as they said. I'm thinking number of letters here.
Handshake?
No, it is 7 letters. And the handshake is not, it's part of the connection. Let's see what the hint is.
Oh
These
wait,
are unique
I probably should not
per
backseat.
It's okay. This is so simple, so it's just the annoying thing of finding the right word that fits
you're right.
the thing. Right. So these are unique per connection. So the answer here is session. Is it session again? Then I'm fainting. What do you think of that? Oh gosh. So, we haven't completed this
Dick.
anymore.
Translated from Dutch.
Right. So yeah, I think they've made tiny changes to a lot of things. And yeah, it's funny. Quite funny. But we didn't get tickets for that one, right? So it's not a part of this. So let's click learn again and see if we have 100% again now. Yeah, so that was what we needed to get back to 100% on free security. But they have changed the layout of this, so it's much easier for a new person to hop in and just understand where to start, you know. So the one that I'm doing is not in here. It's like in between. Yeah, so my path here is longer. I have rooms in between here, paths in between here that I've finished. Let's look at this. This is the classic one, right? So, but I like the new one. So we have done, yeah. So the current one I'm doing is offensive pen testing. That's the one I'm doing, and then after that I'm going for the red teaming. Yeah. So let's just close that. So we only have this up, so we can check if we get more vouchers, because usually, well, I guess we add an hour. Usually we get just the same ones. So I think I have, this is just the Cyber Crusader to get this on your account. Why would we want that even? Yeah. This one. It's not worth anything, but I think I have had like 15 of them. Like every time I've gotten one of those. And then there's the streak freezes. Like 1 million of them, it feels like. So let's just continue now. Right, so I was thinking, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, I want to finish it, but this is like good things on this. So what I do then I actually do THM : and then I'm going to paste this, and I can rewrite it. So this is to, well, it's kind of obvious to be edited. No, let's do here, so we can search for this if we want to, right? That's always nice. So we just stole their text. Did they have like in this? No. Let's do like bit here too. So another example here. Select object is a specific properties from objects or limit the number of objects returned. It's useful for refining the output to show only needs. Yeah, so we don't have to show all of them. Let's put this one in our get child item too. We could actually put the last one there too, because I'm thinking quite often we'd start with something like that. Yeah, I thought so. So let's just do that paste instead. So getting the last one too again. So we have a few more examples there, and we can always build on this later. So, you doing TryHackMe? I think it's a good place to keep organized in your studies, and then I'm like checking more info on the theme on other places. So there is usually not enough facts for me. So the command pipeline can be extended by adding more commands, as the feature isn't limited to just piping between two commandlets. Try and build a pipeline of commandlets to sort and filter the output with the goal of displaying the largest file in the directory. So how would you retrieve items in the current directory with a size greater than 100? For the sake of the question, avoid the use of quotes. Yeah, because we have to have exactly the right characters. That's why these are kind of annoying. So, largest file, length. So why would I ever want to just display the largest file when I could just list all the files and sort it on just normally a normal dir would do. So if we had a specific programmatic use for this, so a first and length descending, yeah, this still shows this too. But I guess this is still an object, and that's why it shows this. So we would want to use this for anything like in other application. We would still need to like filter out what part of it, like make it into text somehow. Yeah, let's put it among the others in the same notes here. I'm just adding another line, nothing fancy. I don't think I will ever use that. So I'm looking for useful stuff mostly, but examples of what you can do, that's also good for the notes, even if I will never use it. So select string, can search for text patterns. Okay. The last in the set of filtering commandlets is select string. This command searches for text patterns within files. Okay, yeah, and I don't have select object in my notes either, but mostly because I didn't want it there then, right? Select string. If it searches for patterns, yeah, it's grep, and it's probably alias to grep, right? In USB system, or find string in Windows command prompt is commonly used for finding specific content with log files or documents. So let's put select string. So it's good to know what things are called in PowerShell. So this is not actually my hacking now, so I have Windows here in PowerShell. So it's not even allowed to be there.
I think they actually have grep alias to select string now.
Yeah, that's what I say. I think it's alias. So you don't. We use grep anyway, right? We use dir, we use ls. We don't use what is it? GC. What's the short for get child item? Yeah. So I have GCI. It is. Yes, I have it here. This is the only notes I had before starting this room. ls GCI. That's what's important to me. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I should try to learn them. They removed, what was it? vget doesn't have a alias anymore, right? They removed stuff because people might want to actually have it. Yes, I think they removed it, the alias. So yeah, I was going to add select string. So let's add select string. And this is like grep. So that's now it's helpful when it says what it actually is. So I'm sure it's great if you remember them, and I was actually there when they created it. I was in like there were, you know, chat groups, and they had these webinars all the time. We're thinking this, we're doing this, you know, developing PowerShell, and they had so high goals to make it easy and logical. You know, it is logical, but it's too long, and people can't remember this, right? That's why we have aliases. You can't keep typing the long things. So the select string command fully supports the use of regular expressions. Yeah, I would definitely assume that. Advanced feature allows from complex pattern not equal. Yeah. So how do you retrieve the items in the current directory with size greater than 100? For the sake of the question, yeah, so I'm just Googling this. I don't think it's worth. So if I needed this, I would still Google it, right? Items in the current directory. So if Google doesn't understand, you just ChatGPT it. But let's give a tiny bit of effort here. So first of all, these things makes me open Notepad because I want to see and compare. I don't want to start typing and I lose all the hints here. So
too long, yes, but maybe easier to remember some of the cryptic Unix, Linux commands from back when RAM was measured in KB, so commands had to be short.
Yeah, but commands that are short, it's easy to find them if you just Google, right? I know that Google didn't exist, so I also don't use man pages because I used them before Google, right? Before internet. Now we don't have to. We have Google, now we have ChatGPT. We can just, so, best command for short explanation, and we get what we want. We don't need to remember all the things that we don't use all the time. The ones that we use all the time, we want short names for, so we can type them quickly. And if we start using something often, we will remember it. So I don't see the need for long logical words, especially because 2 words is not the limit, you know. It can be real long. So I think they kind of failed at wanting to make it real simple and logical. Though the object bit, that's great. That is object oriented. I love that. So it's not that I don't like it, I just think it's horrible to try and remember everything. And then they have this path, which is probably they had a dir listing before here with a path in it, and you don't have to type path, right? It's a default. And also, because of the aliases, they work similarly on purpose to other commands, right? In other operating systems. It was something that was so obviously Linux. Talking about Linux. What was it? I don't remember. The other day. So current directory size greater than 100. This is a very simple thing. So let's first just get current directory. So this is a pipe, I'm sure. So
yes, true. I think it is maybe easier for things where you don't quite remember the command. BC you only use the command a few times a year. But I guess we use AI chat for that now. Skeptical.
Yeah, exactly. So if we don't remember it exactly, we just get it anyway. And we don't have to... If you want to Google on special characters like, backslash, backtick, something like that, you can't Google that. But you can still ChatGPT search. So it's very simple now. It's much better. It's really good actually. But I don't call it AI. Well, AI has a new meaning now, so I guess I should start doing that. AI is not AI in the classical sense, right? It's not intelligence. But also, it's like, Terminator movies and stuff. AI doesn't need to be intelligent to
IE equals augmented inanity
kill
smile
all
smile.
humans. I didn't even understand that. Augmented inanity. Let's see. So first, let's type here. Let's do get child item and space pipe space, and I'm guessing that we're up at the where object. But
002 says.
Your main OS is Windows?
Says.
Yeah,
That's what
Windows.
confuses me. Why child item and not child item?
Yeah, it's lots of those things there.
002 says.
Smile, smile.
Yeah, so Windows is good for streaming, for example, right? I have laptops with Kali on them.
Right.
Yeah. So I've seen people like Security Live streams on Linux now. He spent like so many streams to get it even running, but he has advanced hardware for his audio, so that's probably why. So you could probably do it. And my Windows crashes, OBS crashes, Discord crashes. I can't have Discord on while I'm streaming, then it just crashes. And if I have two VMs, it crashes OBS. And it's not like it says, oh, you can't do this, you're running out of memory or anything. It just crashes. So Windows is Windows. So we could. I don't think it's worth it though to switch from Windows. But I'm not passing Windows 10. Windows 10 is good enough for a long time yet, I think. So no Windows 11. Not that my computer could do it without cheating. So I should actually look at the question. So let's scroll back down and see what we need here. So air
Yeah, that's
object.
right. Windows 10 is fine.
Yeah. So all the new things in Windows 11, and it's going worse and worse. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters.
Same. I am on Windows 10 for another week or two. I will never use W11.
So what happens in a week or two? What will you do then? So let's actually, so we have these kind of things. So we don't have another pipe here. We will see that. because they won't be cryptic
Linux,
like that.
baby smile smile.
Yeah, Linux. Yeah, go for it. So what will you use? Ubuntu? I would do Kali actually.
002 says.
I like Kali.
MM,
As long
yeah,
as it's
that's the
Debian
other
based,
choice,
I'm
Tom.
happy.
MM says.
I just have to get past my fear of TPM.
Yeah, the TPMs. So, how would you mean TPMs and Linux? Does Linux use TPMs?
002 says.
Ubuntu,
No
yeah.
Ubuntu. Frown, frown.
No Ubuntu. So, no Ubuntu or no Ubuntu? Now I don't know. I like Debian based, I must admit. So, but Kali's so nice. I don't see why using anything else. It's nice. I on stream I tried installing Black Arch just to
MM
have
says.
done it.
Last time I used Linux, TPM was not a thing. But this laptop has TPM. I know it's not really a problem now, but I have this irrational fear.
Okay. Yeah, so but it's just a piece of hardware. It's like you have a sound card in the computer. If your software doesn't use it, it shouldn't. And you should have control. Something that's annoyed me lately is that when I log into like YouTube, suddenly it says,
002 says.
"Oh, you're getting
No
this into
Ubuntu.
you."
I prefer Arch or Fedora.
Yeah. You can go for anything.
MM says.
I was thinking of using Tails, but I doubt this laptop will like it. I will probably do Pop OS or Mint.
Okay, yeah, I had Mint installed once. And BSDs. Yeah, Arch I only tried with the Black Arch, and it was... So it said warnings on the page where you downloaded it. It said,
002
warning,
says.
if you install
Pop OS
several
is nice.
packages.
But it's based on Ubuntu, frown, frown.
Okay. So it's one step up again. Yeah. So you might get more and more stuff you're not using, like Windows style, if you go up. Based on, I'm thinking. So on my kid's Minecraft server, I just have Debian, headless, tiniest possible thing.
MM says.
Or maybe I'll take the plunge and learn SUSE.
Yeah, as long as you learn something, that's nice. Yeah, so but just about the Black Arch, what it said on the page, it said, if you install several packages, they will conflict. And I'm like, so the reason I select a distribution that has an aim toward something, or just generally, is that things should work smoothly together, right? So in Kali, everything just works. It's not like, oh, so you install this package, so this will not start now. This will not run because this has different dependencies. So you can't run these together or whatever, That's not what you want. So I almost didn't try it at all. But when I tried it, it was kind of horrible. And it's bye-bye. So since I didn't have space on my hard drive for those images anymore, those VMs went away. We tried twice, I think, to get it working. So I'm like not at all thinking of the question here. So where object, I was going for the largest file, was that it? Oh, we're listing items with a size greater than 100. Okay, so if we were to guess, I'd say like size, but I don't know. We can just try stuff. So it's not like I don't have Powershell locally, but let's do it on the box because it's there. I have to log into Kali again. Also, I change the start image. I don't like the new one. So this one is much prettier. Right, I almost forgot. I have a fun bag of new stuff. We have new electronics arrived yesterday. So I just opened it. There was a bag for underneath the bike saddle too. Let's remove from there. So we're on here. We can just try stuff. So what was the question? Items in the directory were greater size than 100, and then we have our notepad where I had started typing. So just for the sake of things, I want to know what's actually in here, right? We only have directories. So you don't have to use the PowerShell commands. Oh. That's what I usually do, so I don't have to think about that. Just tab it. And we could also ls here, because it's an alias. So we don't have any files. Let's go somewhere where we have files. So... And we also don't need a space, as the room said. And we can do backslashes and slashes both. It just works great. Okay. So maybe PowerShell can't do that. Yeah, I'm kind of sure it can. No. Let's see. Where could we have nicer files? In Windows we have files. So if we can ls, I will ls, right? Here we have files that have different sizes. We can test with this. So if we're pasting whatever I had here, no, it doesn't went up. So let's do get child item, and I should type it, right? Actually, GCI, get child item. Though we're going to paste this, right? So we need the actual fully written. Get child item, and it will happen exactly the same. And then we're going to pipe this to pipe this to where object, and let's see if that works now. So we're going to do get help where object, and I think we can do examples here. Yeah, examples. And now we can see some examples here. Status, working set, process name. Also, if we look at the top here, length is what this is called. It's called length. So that should probably be what we go for then. So we want like a greater than. Based on working set. What is working set? I have no idea. So let's try length. So let's do something greater than. We can just. Oh right, it's process here. So that's why. So let's just arrow up. And oh, it removed stuff from my text. That's so annoying. I just backspaced. So we want 100 and we want length instead. Did you see what it did? At least undo works. Yeah, I guess you kind of get used to that, but usually I'm not at this kind of nice SSH prompt, right? And then that doesn't work. So this didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. So let's just skip the parentheses. I don't know why those were there. Okay, if I go here and click delete, can I delete one character then? I almost don't dare. So I'm just looking if we had some examples here. So let's say where objects property. It said property, so let's do it. Property, because it's objects, and they have like quotes. We're not using that, and we're doing I think it will be it's greater than the 1 to 2, right? GT. So I have to click here again. GT. So first of all, I'm going to just copy this because you never know. So I'm liking this so much. So the MB didn't seem to work, right? Because we didn't have anything. So probably this works. So let's just look over here, and I'm just pasting and testing. I think it's, yeah, it says okay. So we got the right command. System and network information. Yeah, so why did you select the OSs you did? What's the reason? Is it just, oh, I use this a lot, I know this, or I want to learn this, or why, you know? So like security, live hopping over from streaming on Windows for a long time, you just, I'm going for Linux now. That's cool, you know, to dare to just jump into actually streaming on a computer, not just having a VM or another machine that you test stuff on, just going for it. And I think that's very cool. Yeah, I think I need Windows for some things, but on vacation I just had a Kali laptop with me and I played Minecraft with my kids, no problem, right? It even worked better than on this machine, because on this machine I have to go into Windows Store every time, log out and log in, for it won't recognize that I actually own Minecraft otherwise. So, but this one it needs to be reinstalled like year ago at least. So I should do that. I should take the time. Maybe I've been thinking about getting a new computer. That's part of why I'm not doing it yet. So Powershell was created to address a growing need for powerful automation and management tool to help system administrators and IT professionals. As such, it offers a range of commandlets that allow the retrieval. It worked fine before. I'm telling you, it was just fine before Powershell. We're just using VBS to get stuff easily. It's much easier syntax too. Allow retrieval of detailed information about system configuration and network settings. The get computer info commandlet retrieves comprehensive system information, including operating system information, hardware specification, BIOS details, and more. It provides a snapshot of the entire system configuration in a single command. Its traditional counterpart, system info, retrieves only a small set of the same details. So we're going to get computer info. Yeah, so I just added stuff. to my Windows actually hacking stuff thingies. No, it's not still here. I've been hopping around there too much. So let's go up to my actually hacking Windows notes. Might start here for Windows. This is when we have creds. And it's like kind of empty, I think. Yeah, because I didn't really find anything. The thing is that there were no ports open on this box, so you couldn't use any PSX or anything on that. It was just odd. Very closed down machine. So here. So I have system info. Let's do PS version of this.
John Rosemary says.
Hello.
Hi, good morning, John. Hope you're good. So we have get system info here. Right, capital I. Better do it. Not that it matters. We can do lowercase, right? So that's the same. So I'm trying to do it for everything. This kind of does both of these, right?
New path of TryHackMe? I'll try later.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a new one. And it's got all the basics. So they've put in the Linux fundamentals. They have new rooms, I think, on command line. And I think these are, a lot of them are new, but maybe they're just updated. Because I'm sure Wireshark existed before and that I think I've done some of these. Like Nmap, definitely. But maybe they're new and similar to old rooms. Or maybe they're just updated to enough that you're not haven't done them anymore, even if you have. Yeah, so I was going to just click here, learn too. So they've changed this too. So you have a more like easy. For the one that's in here the first time, they can see this easily. I know they changed it to this layout some time ago and I didn't like it because it was more hard for people to see, right? So explore more. Yeah. Right. So also I like the new looks here. All the colors. So it's much prettier, right? So it's like faded. And you have the new rooms here. You can see a lot of new rooms. Not just the text of 3 of them. You can see the icon, and stuff. And what level it is and things. I like it, the new one. It looks pretty. It's pretty. So let's do this. So we have get computer info, essential for managing user accounts and understanding your machine's security configuration. Get a local user. Let's all local user accounts on the system. The default output displays for username, account description. So I guess I should type it, right? It's not a lot of text. So first checks information. So why do I have task list here? I guess I was going to type cmd : because I want to have it, so get local user, and I've typed it once. We'll see if I use it again. And it's nice to spell it right because it just looks very odd otherwise. So there. Yeah, so I wanted to go through these. First of all, of course, I aim to learn things. And we're actually updating the notes. That's good. Similar to the traditional ipconfig command. Alright. The following two command lists can be used to retrieve detailed information about the system network configuration. So let's put. This is not what you usually do in a box, right? But maybe. Well, let's put a network. Networking here, and let's do cmd colon. Let's do just IP config all, right? So we have the normal one, and then we have the PowerShell ones. We'll see what they are. Apparently, get net IP configuration. I'm not typing this. However, many times I need to type this to learn it. I don't think I will do that, right? I'm thinking there's an alias called ipconfig, probably, right? So we have a box up. So let's just ipconfig. And what if we do ipconfig all? So now let's do the command we got. That I should have pasted, right? So one thing is that it's much slower, but it's probably getting less information. Slower, less information. And we can use ipconfig easily. So I'm guessing we would need like an all option here too, right? Let's continue reading and see what it says. So get net IP configuration, get net IP address. In case we need specific details about the IP address assigned to the network interfaces, the get net IP address command list will show details for all IP addresses configured on the system. So there's not the same like ipconfig and ipconfig all. We need different commands. So they've simplified it in PowerShell, so we can type exactly what we need instead of as short as possible. Yeah, so I think they totally missed something there. So I clicked Control Shift instead of Control C, which means I'm getting problems from. No. Yeah, so I can't paste. Net IP address. So this one was quicker. So I'm just comparing the amount of data we get. So here we can see the objects, right? So it's more logical in structure in that way, maybe. Oh. So, what time is it? It's 13:30. I did eat breakfast, but I haven't eaten lunch. And my tummy just reminded me of that. So, but my I should take it easy on my tummy today, I think. Anyway, these command lists give IT professionals the ability to quickly access crucial system and network information directly from the command line. Make it easier to monitor and manage both local and remote machines. And how did they show us that this was better than the normal commands? Did I do the system info thing? No, we didn't. So let's do it. Get computer info. So get computer info, right? We can tab stuff. Oh my goodness. Did you see the below bright light thingy? So, bias, characteristics, Amazon.
Alexander Hagline says hello.
Hello, welcome in. So,
Alexander
how are
Hagline
you?
says I'm back.
Yeah, I noticed. So remember, keep to the theme of the stream, or I will have to mute you. And this time I'm not going to mute YouTube. I'm just going to mute you forever. So stay on track. You're very welcome in. And join us on learning Powershell today. So
Alexander Hagline says missed me?
yeah, you heard what I said. So stay on theme. So you usually spam a lot. So I don't know if I missed you, right? I'm actually getting the code up. So if you ask something related to this, I won't mute you. But don't disrupt stream otherwise, because this is a study stream mostly. We can talk about random stuff for a bit, but not too much. So let's just see. I have my there. I have my code.
Alexander Hagline says mommy am gay, what shall I do with my life? It is pointless to live anymore.
Come on. I know you're just messing about. And I know you're Swedish too, right? So it's not a big thing in Sweden. Even if that's true. So I really don't like banning people, you know? So that's why I have code that just stops TTS for specific people that
Alexander
don't
Hagline
really
says no, it is real, I'm gay and I want to jump.
Jump what? So be gay. It's not. I understand that people may have more trouble in life, but I'm like, I would wish that I could love anybody, but unfortunately, I'm going for men. Yeah.
Alexander
So
Hagline
it
says
would
of
be
the
fun
bridge.
to do anyone. No, don't do that ever. So you have about the same chance to find the love of your life as.
Alexander Hagline says I can't take it anymore.
I don't, you know, since I know what you've been chatting about before, I don't believe you, you know? So if I had believed you, I would have offered to chat with you or something. So if you're serious, send me a message on Discord. Join my Discord and send me a private message, okay? So then I will know. If you're just TTSing on stream, I think you just want to play with the TTS and make me not ban you from the TTS by saying these things now. So since we're going to continue with
Alexander
stream,
Hagline says, face pink tears.
Yeah.
Alexander Hagline says I'm so serious.
Yeah, that's making me think you're not serious too, you know. So, but if you're serious, send me a Discord message. And never, ever jump off a bridge. That's not a good thing to do. So. There. I've compiled my code in my streamer bot. So if you're serious, and I can also see that your icon there is gay, and if you're gay, that's not a problem, right, in the world. Not in Sweden, at least. I know that some countries it might be a problem. Yeah. So I guess it would be a bit harder to find someone of the same sex, because most people are not gay, right? So yeah, I really wish I could like love both sexes in that way. That would be give me a bigger chance in the world. So let's continue studying. So you're welcome to send me a message on Discord. I'm checking my Discord on my phone. If you're serious, you're very welcome in there, Alexander. So let's continue. So we just test run the command, and we got some data, and we know it's Amazon EC2. Time zone. London. Well, actually just UTC. I guess lots of things that are online uses 0 most of the time, right? GMT. So we had some questions too. I think we were actually like done with this text. We just didn't test this. Other than your current user and administrator. Yeah, so we're supposed to run the other account or the other one too. So I didn't paste it here. The last command, let's put it there. So we have two things at the same time, and I happen to copy this one first. No, why can't I paste here anymore? Whatever. So get local. No, that's not the one. Yoga user. Good computer. So pirate. There's a pirate there too. We don't know yet if that's what we wanted, because we didn't read the question actually. So let's read the question. Other than the current user and the default administrator account, what other user is enabled on a target machine? So let's copy the pirate here. It was too obvious, right? So I'm also going to copy this command, because to my notes I can copy stuff, right? So so get net IP configuration, get net IP address. So this is more like IP config, and this is all. I don't know if I ever use ipconfig without all, ever. Why would you? Let's see what the next question is. This lad has hidden his account among the others with no regard for our beloved captain. What is the motto he has so bluntly put as his account's description? Oh. So, I guess we put the whole description. I'm just pasting it in here. And I'm thinking I should go a bit quicker through this. Now a small challenge to put it all together. This shady lad that we just found hidden among the local user has his own folder in the C users directory. You can navigate and follow them 100 feet. Okay, we're supposed to have some final flag like there, right? So let's see the users cd p tab ls, and we're supposed to go do get child. GCI is one more letter actually. So we have a hidden treasure chest here. Okay. So they want us to use the commands. Doing type. Why not when it works, right? We doing aliases. So what's quicker is better. That's my motto. Not to learn things that are not useful. So type works in both CMD and Powershell, meaning we use it. Real-time system analysis. I also have in my notes the command. We can quickly look. So in my Powershell notes here, we have I'm kind of sure I had it. Did it have several places where I put it? I might actually have it up here. So I was thinking I need to merge, because some things are up here that are partial commands. I also have this. GC. Yeah, so GC we could use. Here we have get help. It's not supposed to be in here. It's supposed to be down at the other place. Though I think we have a copy, so we can just delete this. We have get help there too. So yeah, I guess GC. Is it? Now I have to test. So we can do get aliases.
You usually use TryHackMe over Hackbox. Why do you prefer it?
I did Hack the Box Academy on Buffer Overflow. They had 2 free rooms. But I do some Hack the Box too, but as I'm not paying for it, I can't really stream a lot of the boxes there either. But I should do more just generally boxes. Doing so much Buffer Overflow for such a long time, I've really been wanting to do boxes again. But now the boxes are Buffer Overflow boxes, so we have like 1.5 left, and then we'll do some 80 stuff on TryHackMe. But the reason I'm doing TryHackMe, I guess, I'm really against subscriptions, but I got a free start from Gar7 on Twitch, you know, Gar. I got it free there, and I kind of liked it because I had done like the free rooms earlier, but then I thought it was useful just to have like a direction in your studies, because you could just go on YouTube and look at a million videos, right? I think you can just do free boxes if you already have some knowledge. But I wanted to have like a red line to follow. And TryHackMe, following the path, you go through a lot of different areas, and you don't do the same a million times. Because if you look at like learning hacking videos on YouTube, they're all the same, right? It's almost the same topics on all of them. And what if you want to dig into a special part of something, then you can find, of course, a lot of info, but there's nice to have a line, and I think it's not that expensive. I think I can handle it. I didn't plan to subscribe for so long, it just happened. But I realized that if you're going for the Academy on Hack the Box, then you have these boxes, these squares that you have to buy them. And they're specific to a certain thing. So if it's a bad thing, maybe it's just you know all the things already, then you've already paid for it. And to get some of those boxes back, you have to finish it anyway then. So I'm not paying for something I can't see, right? So yeah, so I like most of it is open, you can see it. Yeah, so you can't like, I think it's also more free stuff on TryHackMe. But when it comes to boxes, also TryHackMe's boxes are easier. So when you're starting, it could be nice because of that too. So, but easy and hard is also like, is it well made or not, right? So we'll see. I haven't done that many actually yet on Hack the Box. I'll have to do more. Yeah, so let's just get alias here. I haven't clicked yet, so it couldn't do. So now I'm curious here. What was I looking for? I was looking for Right. We need to click here so I can get this menu, so I can get here GC. Yes, just confirming. So GC means, because GCI is get child item, GC is get content. So it's get content that we're using instead of type. So if we were to do the same here and instead do GC here, GC, we would get the same as when we do type. But type is easier to remember than GC, because GC doesn't mean anything. It could be get content, but get child item is also GC. So we add the I because it's the same letters. It's just messier. I just think it's messier. That's why I prefer using the type. And like old-fashioned, I don't know. The other more advanced system information. Get process. Oh, we're going to processes now. Enable especially concerning dynamic specs such as running processes, services, and active network connections. We can leverage a set of command lines that go beyond static machine details. Get process. Yes, I really need to learn more about Windows, really. Like hacking Windows things. That I need more information on. So I'm scrolling just down in the notes back to Powershell, so we are here. So do I have get process here? No, this is kind of a new part of my notes. So let's add get process. And that's kind of enough, right? Because it's describing what it does. If you have the name, you can understand it. That way is good. But if you have GC, you don't know what it is. You have to look at the aliases. Provides a detailed view of all currently running processes, including CPU and memory usage. So, similarly, get service. So, I'm not adding more to the notes on these, which is kind of funny, right? So, I'm just having get process and get service. We don't need more, right? Do we? We'll see. examples for useful cases could always be good, of course. To monitor active network connection, get net TCP connection. Okay. I wonder if I've used this. So I really should have my. Let's keep this up, and now I'm kind of sure I had to start here, right? So, yeah, let's put it here. So, I think I just skipped over this section in the CMD one because I was like, oh, I know this. Oh, I know this. But since I'm not using these commands on PowerShell,
MM says,
I have to go sleep. Thanks for streaming.
okay.
Smile, smile.
Yeah, thanks very much for being here, and good night. See you another day. So, maybe tomorrow for you. We'll see. Good night. So, this is like just right. Let's put netstat in for CMD here. So we have like what it that makes it more easy to understand what the PS command does, because I think it's right. That's good enough. If we make space between these, it doesn't look pretty. So that's why I'm not doing it. Otherwise, it could be nice to have things ordered better. But oh, Obsidian has its own mind on what formatting should be. Additionally, we're going to mention get file hash. Just checking what a message. So I'm just typing to my siblings here. So might have to go to my mom's later. There. So just to check that quickly. So get file hash as a useful command for generating file hashes. So get file hash. Okay, generating file hashes. Okay, that could be logical. Particularly valuable in incident response, threat hunting, and malware analysis, because it's so hard to do that otherwise, as it helps verify the file integrity and detect potential tampering. So let's do a get file hash and into the notes, because it could be useful. Yeah, I don't mean to complain all the time about PowerShell. I just think it's not intuitive at all, and I like intuitive things. So that's the only minus. So And probably we can just skip the path right here too. And also we have to be able to set an algorithm. These commandlets collectively provide a comprehensive set of tools. Let's see what the questions are. In the previous task, you found a marvelous treasure. Carefully hitting in the target machine. What's the hash for the file? Yes, we're already there still, right? So, if we just paste here. And oh gosh, this is horrible. I've never seen this before. It deletes so much when I just backspace. It's very odd, very horrible. Right, let's actually just copy. I forget that I'm actually in Kali, and I need to Control Shift C. What since we're in Windows on Powershell? So what property retrieved by default by get? Oh my. What property retrieved by default by get NetTCP connection contains information about the process that has started the connection? We can just scroll up to the output here, right? Owning process, and I'm grateful that this is copyable. So we could have used images. That's nice. Alright, we need to submit that one too. It's time for another small challenge. Some vital service has been stolen. This pirate ship to guarantee that the captain can always navigate safely. But something isn't working as expected, and the captain wonders why. Investigating, they find out the truth. At last, the service has been tampered with. The shaded light from before has modified the service display name to reflect his very own motto, the same as he put in the user description. With this information, the partial knowledge you have built so far, can you find the service name? So, yeah, so we had get service, was it? Yeah, get service. So let's just get service. We don't need to mess about with anything else. So, the display name is supposed to be funny. So here we have it. It was not just this name is also funny. So messed about with our compass. Such a, what do they call it? Shady lot. Scripting. So, scripting is a process of writing and executing a series of commands containing a text file, known as a script, to automate tasks that one would generally perform manually in shell, like Powershell. Simply speaking, scripting is like giving a computer a to-do list. They're really explaining everything here. Where each line in the script is a task that a computer will carry out automatically. This saves time, reduces the chance of errors, and allows to perform the tasks that are too complex and tedious to do manually. As you learn more about shells and scripting, you discover that scripts are powerful tools for managing systems, processing data, and much more. Yeah, so these are basic rooms, right? So they explain everything. Learning scripting with PowerShell goes beyond the scope of this room, nonetheless. We must understand that power makes it a crucial skill across the cybersecurity roles. For blue team professionals such as incident responders, malware analysts, and threat hunters, Powershell script can automate many different tasks, including log analysis, detecting anomalies, and extracting indicators of compromise (IOCs). These scripts can also be used to reverse engineer malicious code, malware, or automate the scanning of systems for signs of intrusion. For the red team, including penetration testers and ethical hackers, Powershell scripts can automate tasks like system enumeration, executing remote commands, and crafting obfuscated scripts to bypass defenses. Yes, I was thinking reverse shell. We have, of course, Powershell reverse shells, right? Its deep integration with all types of systems make it a powerful tool for simulating attacks and testing system resilience against real-world threats. And now Powershell is in the machines. When I started using it, it was not installed by default. Then it's like, nah, right?
Fixerbot says, welcome
Hi.
Raiders. Adrian Learns brought 31 friends to the party. Go drop him a follow. Adrian Learns says,
Conehack.
Thanks for the
Translated
raid,
from Uzbek.
Adrian. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. So today we're looking at a new learning path.
How's the hackering today?
Yeah, it's good, but it's we're doing like basic stuff. Maybe that's good for the raid. I don't know. So there's a new room on, or a path on TryHackMe, which is a learning site for hacking stuff, and a lot of its content is free. So now they added the Cybersecurity 101. That is a beginner-friendly path that aims to a solid introduction. So you have a lot of basic stuff here. Linux fundamentals, Windows fundamentals. We're doing one of the command line rooms here now, the PowerShell one. Then there's networking, cryptography, exploiting basics, web hacking, offensive security tooling, and so on here. So we'll learn a lot of the different sides of cybersecurity. So they've also like remade the site to be a bit prettier and a bit more logical. So if you're just getting started and you click learn, you get like a list there. Do the pre-security first, then you do this one, you know? So it's, and then you can select what you want to aim at. Yeah, you also can earn points since it's new. So they have like
Looks great.
you can just click here. I'll show you quickly before we continue. So they have this cyber monopoly. You can get tickets and get actual stuff. You can even win a laptop if you're lucky. If you're doing a lot of these rooms, you get 2 tickets if you're paying for it, and you get 1 ticket per thing if you're not. So you can get a lot of tickets for nothing, you know, if you're not paying. So these are like nothing. Streak freezes if you want to get a streak here and stuff. But you could get DEFCON 33 tickets if you're lucky. Yeah. So let's go back to the PowerShell room. So how were you stream? What were you doing, Adrian? What were you learning today? Yeah, I like learning too. I could have called mine Fix It for 2 Learns or something. Possibly.
Going to DEF CON would be cool.
Yeah, it would be definitely. Yeah. So what were you learning today?
Was trying to set up a database, went so-so.
Okay, so what kind of database? There's always a delay. So let's see. Where were I? Yeah, I was reading about the basic scripting stuff for PowerShell here. They are not going into scripting really. They're just mentioning what it can be used for. So, for blue team, for red team. Yeah, and of course everybody follow Adrian Learns. It's always nice with people who are learning lots of things. So, oh, I'm just checking where were I. It's deep integration with all types of systems makes it a powerful tool for simulating attacks and testing systems' resilience against real-world threats. And we use Powershell for reverse shells to get shells on machines, for example. Staying in the context of cybersecurity, system administrators benefit from PowerShell scripting for automating integrity checks, managing system configuration, and securing networks, especially in remote or large-scale environments.
It's for the chatbot, so it's there to keep track of things.
Okay.
For example, points for being right or quotes.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. I'll have to stay more in your stream. I've mostly been raiding and not having time to stay, right? Because I'm streaming until I have to leave. So, but I'll hop in sometime when I'm not really streaming myself. So, yeah. Murder system helps respond to metal security incidents, so on here. Whenever used defensively or offensively, whether used defensively or offensively, PowerShell scripting is an essential capability in the cybersecurity toolkit.
No worries. Going to make me some good. Have a great stream.
Yeah, and thank you again for the raid. Before I continue in this task about scripting, we can't go without mentioning the invoke commandlets. An invoke command is essential for executing commands on remote systems. So I think if we do Control R here, okay, that's not what I wanted. I wanted Windows R, of course. So let's do Windows R instead. So this is invoke expressions short form IEX, and this is a reverse shell. And this was run by putting a USB into my computer, which was actually, let's show them. One of these tiny things. Oh, this is a new one. Let's show you one that's not new. I'm going to use the microscope later anyway, so I can just plug it in. So, we have some new electronics to play with. So I have a whole bag of stuff to open here.
New follower and Norm. Less than 3.
So we have ESP, lots of ESP stuff mostly. But this, let's see here. So this one says this will do a rec roll on the machine if I plug it in. So these are Digisparks, and they're really cheap, tiny things that you can play with.
New follower Nazir 247. Less than 3.
Let's see here. Can we zoom better? It's not very big, and I don't have the light on the desk. That's a bit better. So this tiny thing has a tiny bit of memory and a tiny processor on here, but it's enough
002
for
says.
doing that kind of thing.
Oh, what is that?
It's called a Digispark.
Ah.
So you can see on the box there it says it's 80 tiny 85. That's a processor in it, and it's called a Digispark. So this one says a Rickroll on my little post-it here. So if I plug this into my computer, we'll see what happens. One thing though, since I have Swedish keyboard, I need to change it to US keyboard before I plug it in. So when I plug this one into USB, let's see if this one should work. We can do this. I'm just opening another app because I'm going to have a desktop on anyway later. Just opening Erie because I have a phone up here. That's my desk camera. So, come on there. So, we'll see. So there's a lot of stuff on my desk right now, so I'm sorry if it's a bit of a mess. So let's see if I open this and this, and we will get an image here. So let's plug this in and see what happens with the computer. So here it is. I could have zoomed more, right? So it's just a USB, but is this a bit bad maybe? There. So now we have a red light on it. So there's always a 5-second delay. Oh, that was stupid of me, because the thing popped up over there. It popped up over here. And it will also give us the fake update. So we can do stuff, you know, by just plugging this thing in here. Which is kind of fun. And this is just an example of what we were reading about. IEX. And this is also a Powershell command. And it's a bit funny, right? I can just... I also have one that just, I plug it in, it will make a reverse shell to my Kali machine, my virtual machine. So this is just a maximized web page, fake update.net, right? And this didn't really start because I auto start disabled. And you never know, we could click the space button to start it, but we don't know what the state would be, so. We could have gotten a song there too. So, it will just run once, this one. And you program this with Arduino Studio easily, so it's nothing complex. So, should we do like an unboxing now, or should we continue with the Powershell stuff? What do you think? Readers, what do you think? Should we do read on Powershell scripting and the invoke command things? Or should we do some unboxing of stuff? I'm just putting these in the notes like that. So we have some examples there too. The file path parameter specified script that is located on the local computer. The script runs on the remote computer and the result are returned to the local computer. Let's call it local script. And let's call this, instead of server, let's say remote computer. Name. There. So I think it's more easy to understand now. Local script, remote computer name. So it's also kind of logical with the computer name there. So you wouldn't set a computer name for your own machine, right? I almost have nothing of ice cream that's not melted left. Just getting this. Run a script on a server. Run a command remote server. What? Is this a local computer? Result or return to the local computer. Yeah, so what's the difference here? Computer name, credential, script block. So instead of file path, we can use script block. Computer name, parameter specifies the name of the remote computer. Credential is user run command and security context. The user has permission to run commands. Script block parameter specify the command to run on the remote computer. Yeah, so this is just odd. Script on a server, script on a remote server. This is of course remote too, right? It says a remote computer. So this is just bad. Let's just do this one too. For the examples and assume these are correct, right? If they're not, we will probably notice and be like, what? Right. We have to Ctrl-Shift-Paste. So, from this we learn mostly that file path is an alternative to script block, and that we can add credentials. Computer name is the same. So let's actually use that. Scope parameter specifies the command to run on the remote computer. And of course it will be, the results will be seen on the local machine here too. Where else would it be? They do say that here. I'm only thinking, so credential. So is this like a saved credential then? What is it? Yeah, it requests a password, an authentication method. Yeah. Powershell will ask for password. Auth method. I guess we should have and there because it says in the text. So, and this is from Microsoft's help. The first two examples provided by GitHelp example page reportable enough to grasp the simplicity and power of invoke commandlet. The first example shows how the commandlet can be very easily combined with any custom script to automate tasks on a remote computer. The second example demonstrates that we don't need to know how to script to benefit from the power of invoke command. In fact, by appending the script block parameter we can execute any command or sequence of commands on a remote computer. The result would be the same as if we were typing the command on the local Powershell session on the remote computer itself. What does the syntax execute the command get service on a remote computer? Assume that you don't need to provide credentials to establish connection. For the sake of the question, avoid use of quote characters. Okay, so it's our first example. We're assuming we don't need credentials, right? But we can also see that this is at the end. So we'll actually take the second one and we're going to change it. So let's paste that one, and then we're going to copy the computer name there, and we don't need the credential bit, it said, so we're deleting. Oops, that happens. That's Windows. And then we want to do get service instead, so service there. So conclusion, well done mateys. Right, it was a pirate in there. You successfully navigated the treacherous water of Powershell. We didn't need to start it again. Uncovering hidden treasures and elusive services aboard the Black Pearl. Alright, the machine was called the Black Pearl. Now I get it. With these tools in your belt, you're well equipped to explore even the most guarded corners of any window system. Remember, a true pirate never stops seeking treasure. So keep honing your skills, and who knows what pearls you'll discover in the next adventure. Until then, may your commandos be sharp and your script swift. Fair winds and happy hunting. To continue building your dual Linux command line room. So I always open these, first check if I've done it, and then I think this is actually the next room in the path that we're doing today. So now we have the interesting reveals here. So, oh, we got the laptop one. I'm thinking they're probably out, but still, we want the laptop ones. So now we have one laptop one, and we have one, let's update this, hop to back to tickets, and look here at the end, we have one laptop and one DEFCON. I'm thinking we're too late, right? People work through the night to finish these just to get those things. So, but I'm doing this to learn things.